It's not going to change with Jesus, okay? No, that's not how Jesus is. Sometimes it does change, since I worked so hands-on with the Navy SEALs. But that's a whole nother discussion, and I'd like to have it with them. Ever since I was 18, I've been in communication with Jesus, like consciously, okay? Before that, it's just part of how I'm created. I always was, but I can discuss this another time, and I would appreciate to do it with real people. People who want to know how I survived all these toxic chemicals, like actual intellectual people, who also care that I was poisoned. Yeah, I'm not leaving here without knowing what kind of fucking poisons these people that you see on the video all the time are using on me. This shit's really serious. And Jesus says it could kill any one of these vets that are saving my life. This stuff is no joke, and this is all over the place here. These kind of psychotics know the people who give it to them and know the poison. And then they're going around, driving around, going on the street, taking a little bag on the porch, shopping. Yeah. She could fucking take this poison anywhere, I guess. I haven't asked Jesus this shit. There's a certain point where I'm not going to ask Jesus every last thing. No, this is way too off the charts here. And I never talk about what the military does. So I know that at some point, God willing, because it seems like it's almost impossible, unless they bomb the city, but that's where I said that's what's going to happen. But it seems like they're going to have to bomb first in order to even come in here. I was thinking they'd come in here first. Like most people would think that. No. It looks like it's the opposite. So, here I can film this and show you. All those houses where the NYPD and feds are, see that here? Bombed, all hit. And Jesus says for me to be looking for that. But the good guys will be in here before I can stand here and look at that. But if there's any good people around that, all that blown to bits, all back there. All this stuff is blown to bits. This is some sort of camp they've got going on here. I don't know about over there, but nobody around here is fun. No. So like the whole city, yeah, it's gone. That house, you see them coming and going. They crawl in the cubbies and play with human organs and blown up. I told you about the yellow. I told you about all those ones down there on the corner, blown up. Over there, boom. So all that, the little firehouse was coming to rescue. Boom, boom. And they didn't want me in here, the Navy SEALs. They wanted to get me out too before they did that, but it looks like I'm going to be in here for that because it's going to take that to come in here. Well, then fine. And this deranged duo here, male and female, male in basement, female on floor 3, they want to be here for that. Fine. And until that happens, like I'm saying, dude, I'm not leaving here not knowing what kind of poisons I was fucking put through. And these psychotics brought it there, man. You're giving these kind of terrorists these kind of fucking poisons. It's like air. It's like air. You breathe it. She did it again to me today when I was doing my dishes. I don't mention it because it doesn't affect me, but I felt the symptoms. And then she came running around me with her cell phone a little while after that. And that's the shit you saw. I was just poisoned within about 15 minutes from that. So there's these agents that I put up and typed English today that know that she's given that shit to me and it doesn't even affect me. And what did I do? I'm all over this terrorist cell. And these agents have got to realize this only going to get worse from here. I'm going to go upstairs, like I said, and that's what my intro was. Jesus doesn't play around. He wants me to go upstairs. And that's how it's been ever since I was 18 and I was able to communicate with Jesus. More than just the other way, which I will tell people when I meet them. When he says something, I mean, this is not easily said, but most of the time, Jesus's directions that he gives me in context and text or whatever of something like this here or whatever in life, stay. And to this day, it's been when you go to any of the floors in here, you go to floor 3. I'm going straight upstairs. And if the firehouses and the police departments haven't fucking realized I mean what I say when I am allowed, I am doing this, I don't care. I do not care. And if I have to defend myself from their psychotics in order to film, I will. I won't be doing it while I wash dishes. I won't be doing it, any of that sort of thing. I'll be completely equipped. I'll be completely prepared. I will have a plan, and I will be going upstairs to floor 3, and I will know when. And all the above. You know how I work. Right. And you can go ahead and load the house with all the martini gas that you want that day. I'll still go right up there. All right. Oh, and just to mention, when I go up there, I can do a layout of the whole neighborhood, country, and planet. Jesus will let me know if I need to do that. I mean, that's fine. Have it your way. The fact that I've been in here and been victimized, I said in 2017, I put it in print, but the U.S. presidents Trump and Biden shut down the account. But the Mossad has everything I ever put in print. They have it on file. I said there'll be a point, I said this in 2017, that I'm not going to be able to fight off the literal Al-Qaeda fighters. The soldiers. I'm not new. I am not a Navy SEAL. And that is exactly what happened to me here in this terror cell. I was trapped in an ISIS terror cell. They were literally decapitating people. And they held me hostage and mocked me and did everything they could psychologically to break me. The city is deemed domestic terrorist, and yeah. I couldn't get anyone in. I couldn't get any money to get out. I was completely held hostage in Washington, D.C. in an ISIS terror cell with no way out or anyone to get help. Tables have turned after a time and a lot of hard work. And no, I don't think I'll be leaving here not knowing what kind of lethal fucking toxics were used on me. But I can, as long as I'm here and we want to do this rodeo, I can stop them from being used on me in the bathroom. They come from the ceiling, dude. I'm just gonna fuck it all up in there. I don't have any bright ideas of how to do that yet, but it can't take too much thought. And that's going to stop. You're going to stop putting me in the bathroom and pumping the bathroom with poisons and having your little Jolly Rocks here. And then running up and down the stairs with your 2 and your 3 or your 4 fucking ISIS terrorists slamming doors, stairs, every floor, cubby holes. Or Oregon harvesting, blasting the TV, waiting to have your DCPD or all your mental fucking creeps from Virginia, who she fucking ate 2 of them. Yeah, I smelled those today. I smelled both of the human organs being cooked both times. It's really fucking disgusting. It's pretty horrifying, yeah. No, it really gets me upset. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to recover from this traumatic event. But you can hear it in my way I talk. I'm pretty messed up from this. Yeah, so they had these homosexuals next door. They had a Jewish prostitute, which you see on the TV all the time, the internet. This is ISIS Muslims? No. I told you that's not true. All the stuff they put on the internet to recruit, they're recruiting mentally unstable people, and some of them might have fallen under the belief that this is a Muslim jihad call, but no, they really aren't. They will employ anybody. Homosexuals, white ones, Jewish prostitutes. In fact, if it works best for the ISIS power group to keep the ones that call infidels, the Jewish or the white homosexual men, these are the infidels they claim, but if it keeps them in power, like this terror cell did for a very long time, it kept the ISIS in power, they'll make the infidels the number one they protect. And how many ISIS people have been killed and gone down? They don't care as long as they keep their little ISIS cell in Washington, D.C. They honestly do not care about each other or their ideology. It's not even true. The true, really dangerous, they're all psychotics because of the killing and the murder. But the other real religious ones are from Pakistan and Iran. And I am not a scholar on Middle Eastern terrorists, so there's probably a few other places, but it's certainly not ISIS. And ISIS is with Saudi Arabia, Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is not a religiously driven terrorist group. They are a drug smuggling terrorist group that wanted to have a lot of money just like their white American friends. That's all it was about, having a lot of money and doing a lot of drugs. It has nothing to do with the Muslim religion. They hijacked the Muslim religion and they hijacked the Muslim terrorist claim. They hijacked everything, not only the religion, but to claim that they're terrorists. They hijacked that too. Whatever it took to get in power. They're a whole bunch of gang mafiosos. They'll lie to you. They'll sell you bad cars. They'll do whatever it takes. Like the ones here stealing my mail all the time. And then telling me they don't know about the mail. What mail? Don't ask me about the mail. As you steal piles and piles and piles of my fucking mail. Yeah. All right. So, Jesus and I started communicating really well at 18. Okay. And by the time I was 30, by the time I was age 30, my communication with Jesus skyrocketed. When I was 30 or 31, and this I will not discuss unless there's a person who cares, who wants to know about the toxic chemicals I was survived and exposed to multiple times, tens of dozens of fucking times. And who wants to know how I'm born to resist that, caring, loving, empathetic people. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk about my communication with Jesus. I think anyone can understand why I'm not doing this anymore after what I've been through in life. If it wasn't for my communication with Jesus, I would not have survived many things that I survived in life before I went on the internet. And this is not a surprise considering where I've come from. No. All right. But remember, Jesus doesn't always let me know everything. Like I was going to get a law degree, right? I mean, I wanted one since I was 16. It was something I really thought maybe I'd like to do. And then I went gung-ho around 35. I was driven. And he kept saying, yes, get one, right? Because he wanted me to be on this path, but he's not going to let me know everything. That wasn't really what I was going to end up doing. But there are certain things with Jesus, and this is a very good example. As he told me, go to floor 3, and it doesn't change with Jesus. It's just floor 3, folks. If they haven't bombed this city and gotten in here to stop this shit here on the street, it's certainly with this house I can testify. If they haven't, then I'm no longer going to take this crap, this poisoning, this cooking human remains, this bringing fucking people to my door. Oh, and we're forgetting the bomb outside my door, the bomb in the corridor. I mean, this stuff I have never in my life ever even heard of or smelled, but it did today. The carbon monoxide was level 5. I've never in my life smelled carbon monoxide like that anywhere in my life. And then when they came back, it was lit, level 5, with the same fucking chemical bomb that was outside my door in my bedroom. It might be outside my bedroom right now. It's planted there under the floor, and it pops. Yeah. So these deranged people want to keep victimizing me. No, remember how I said that I do what Jesus tells me, and it's time now. I'm done. And when he tells me to go up to floor 3, that's what he's told me, and you can expect when the day comes, that's where I go. And you are to know I go up to floor 3. All right? You can put it on your fucking itinerary. Tentative, because Jesus will tell me when. Floor 3. And then I go back down and I film those lovely domestic terrorists strutting and strolling past the terrace. I'll remember that's what he said to do. Goodbye.